Welcome. You're listening to the Impaired Files with the Nerdy Chicano. That is me, Raúl Alejandro Mendoza. And if you're wondering why I'm speaking in a very soft and monotonic voice, I don't know. I'm doing this weird thing. But this is the first episode. I'm joined by a wonderful first guest, and I wanted this to be my first guest. There was no way that I was going to get anybody else but this person. I waited around for her to be available, and she's here. That is my wonderful friend, SilentUschi. Nikki, you want to say hi to the people?
Hello. It's me. You really wanted me? I'm not that cool.
Oh, I think you're selling yourself a little bit too short. Yeah. I basically gave you the podcast bug because now you've been appearing on the other ones, right?
I know. It all started with you.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Started with you.
I'm glad. Next thing you know, you're going to be hosting your own show and shit. Like, damn.
Oh, no, I could never.
Don't say you could never, because you never know. I didn't think I'd ever host anything, but look at it. Look at here. I'm here.
Look at me now, Ma.
Yeah.
Ma, look at me.
Yeah. Well, if you're wondering what the hell this show is, this is a very new show that I'm becoming. I'm going to be stuttering around here because I don't have a co-host here. It's just me and a guest. We're going to talk about their lives, their art, their careers, and just get to know them a little bit more. It's a long-form interview show. If you don't enjoy those type of shows, then I'm sorry. This isn't the show for you, but we have a lot of other shows on this feed. As always, this will be available days. Yes, that is days with an S. Early to Patreon supporters at the $1 and up tier. So if you want to get an episode like this days early, go ahead and pledge to the Patreon at www.patreon.com/thenerdcore. You'll get it a couple days early. And yeah, it's gonna be going forward. We're gonna have a lot of cool guests, but I really wanted Nikki on here first. And if you all are kind of new to the feed and you don't know who Nikki is, I'm gonna let her introduce herself right now.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Nikki, or SilentUschi. I'm a full-time streamer on twitch.tv/SilentUschi. I also do cosplays on Patreon. I'm 22 right now.
Yeah.
And that's me. Hi.
Yeah, I've always forgotten that you're literally you're literally a year older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned 23 this year.
Yeah, I turned 22 in March. Party time!
Shots.
Oh no,
shots,
I don't.
Everybody!
Yeah, no. I think it's something I've never really expressed to you, but I have been sober for at least 2 years now. I don't partake in those things, it's
alcohols.
No, it's just with my medication and stuff like that.
I feel that on a deep level. That's why I don't drink that much.
Yeah. My
medications are like, that ain't it, chief.
Yeah, it ain't it, chief. Yeah, my doctor said if you're gonna drink, do it at least 6 hours before you take your medications, or 6 to 8 hours before, so that way it wouldn't even come to contact with your medication. I was like, you know what, doc? Don't you worry about it. I'm not planning on drinking right now.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, don't you worry about it. Single damn thing. So, Twitch, Nikki and I have a really nice story that I can go back and talk about in here, because if you don't know her, you're going to be like, Raúl, how do you know this person? And I will begin the story on a little platform called Instagram. It was, I don't remember what year it was. A while now. I want to say 2014, 2013.
Probably right.
Yeah. Raúl was like, damn, I want to find some people that are into video games. I go into the hashtag search, and honestly, this is one of the best ideas for people out there who want to get started into like building your Instagram brand or stuff like that. Use the hashtags, because this is the way I found it. Nikki.
Hi.
I put the hashtag gamer, and I found Nikki. She had this, I don't know, it was this picture she put. I'm like, oh, cool, this girl looks cool. I followed her, and basically got to know her through there. And I just obviously never approached her, because I'm pretty sure she already had a ton of dudes up in her DMs being creeps. So I was not going to go the extra mile and be another extra dude in there who was going to be a creep. So I just, I watched from afar what she was doing. She was posting posts. She was putting up posts. And one time she said that she was going to get into streaming, and I joined it. Watched every day, every time she could stream, I was there to watch.
He was.
Yeah. Through some very funny moments where she didn't know how to stop her character in Destiny from jumping.
Stop! I just didn't know you pressed the A button a second time.
Yeah. Or when one of my favorite moments, when she cosplayed Harley Quinn in the Jester outfit.
Oh my god, yeah!
During
for Halloween.
During my first semester of college. Very tough time, and I know Nikki knew about that because I would kind of go to her and talk to her about some of the things that I was experiencing and some things I was going through. And yeah, I've been through this journey with her. Well, I mean, I've been watching from afar. You know, I'm not with her because I don't do anything in the streams, you know, other than support her. And
he hangs out. It's more than enough. He doesn't give himself enough credit.
No, yeah. Oh, you're gonna make me blush here. Yeah, but I watched her for so long. I actually was sub to her when your boy should not have been sub to anybody because he was not having the best financial situation.
But he still did it because he's a madman.
Yeah, I'm a madman. I have my SilentUschi hat that I still have. It's very comfortable and nice. It's a nice snapback. I put it every now and then when I want to just like feel it. Those are just some nice memories, and I'm always gonna go back to those things. And I just been supporting her, and now I'm a Twitch supporter with my Twitch Prime because I said I fucking love Amazon Prime, and I didn't know that there was a Twitch Prime thing. So I said, "Oh, cool! I have this thing. I know who I'm gonna use it on, Nikki."
It's me, Nikki.
Yeah. I want to ask. I want to start the conversation like before Twitch. I want to start with Instagram. Like, what was your life before opening up that Instagram account? Your love of gaming and all that stuff. How prevalent was it before you could actually share it on Instagram?
I've been playing video games since I was very young. I didn't have a smartphone. So when I got Instagram, I finally had a smartphone, and my cousin was like, "You should join this app called Instagram." And my mom was pissed, by the way. My mom did not want me to be on the internet, but I was like, "Too late, tee-hee." And I didn't know what to share, I just kind of quietly gamed in my room.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, "Oh, people share the fact that they play video games? I play video games." So, I mean, I've been playing video games since I was, I don't know, 5, 6, when I'd go over to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, you want to play these video games with us?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll play video games with you." And that's what happened. I played video games with my cousins, and then eventually the first gaming system I guess we had in our house was my cousin's PS2 because it stopped working because he had so much cat hair in it. And they're like, "Well, we're getting a new one. If you can fix it, it's yours." And my dad cleaned it out, and it started working again. So that was the first ever console we had, was a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. That's awesome. I like what you said. Your mom was very against you being on the internet, and if your mom would have only known that the success you have right now came because you decided to post about your gaming on the internet.
I still don't think my mom is comprehends, but I love her. I just saw her today.
Yeah, that's I don't expect a lot of people to. My parents don't understand this whole film thing. They don't understand a lot of these things, but their support is there, and I really do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. But, I think it is kind of scary thing for, my daughter's going to put herself out there. And especially in a very toxic type of community that has become very shameful towards women and stuff like that.
My God.
It's
That's true.
But the balls you had to put yourself out there, and I always 100% love that about you. You have this curiosity in you to not give a fuck.
True, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I just love it when people try to come on, to my, to my page, and they're like, "How dare you look like that?" I'm like, "How dare you care? Get out of here."
Yeah, get out of here.
You don't like who somebody is as a person. You don't need to be there. You can leave the door.
And I know some people. There. I know some people wonder, how do you develop that type of personality? How did you get that?
Many years of being on the internet.
Yeah.
Many years of being on the internet. I used to care a lot about what other people think. It used to like keep me up at night. I'm like, these people don't like me. What am I doing wrong? You can't please everybody. So just, I don't know, do what makes you happy, and that's what I do. I just do whatever the hell makes me happy on the internet.
And I 100% appreciate that about you. You know, when I look at the people that I watch regularly, or the people that I choose, that I want to support, I look at people who are honest with themselves, are true to who they are, and you know, they are very authentic people like you. You know, they don't care what these people are saying. You know, they come and say things like, how dare you look like that, or you know, girls can't play games and stuff like that.
Oh,
you know,
that was my favorite argument.
Excuse me.
Girls can't play video games.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
What part of my body allows me not to play video games? Please inform me.
My favorite one is when they're like, she's using her tits to stream. Like, shit, man. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have boobs. You know.
Darn.
Oh man. Oh, wow, I didn't think I had boobs.
Anger you? How dare they? I'll yell at them next time.
Yeah, I'll yell at them next time. I'm so sorry. My boobs are just kind of right here.
Let me yell at them. Darn, sorry. Let me cover up my shoulders.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Wow. It must anger you so much to see a woman stream and have her boobs out, even though you know that's literally the anatomy of a human being.
Yeah, sorry that I have boobs. I don't know. If you think my boobs are stealing your viewers, oof, let me tell you something about your content.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, the content, the whole, it's what's always, kind of fascinated me about this whole thing of, like, people are stealing my views from my content. And I'm like, well, you're just so insecure not to see that your content just sucks. Yeah. Yeah. That's not, that's not their problem. You're just not giving the time. And ever since you started your Twitch journey, we saw something that I saw a shift, and I know a lot of people saw a shift. You weren't doing it every day. You were doing it like regularly. And then you saw that switch, and you said, you know what? I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to do this regularly, like every single day. And you saw you saw the results come in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And let me just point this out to everybody. You don't make bank. I'm not Ninja. I don't make $350,000 a month. That don't happen. I make enough to cover my bills, and I'm happy with that. Because I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a multimillionaire. I don't have, I don't have a Tesla. I'm not Moon OW. He's got a Tesla. I don't have one of those. Yeah. I'm not a ninja. I'm not I don't have a ton of money. I just do it because I enjoy it. And it's fun.
Yeah, I think that's just, I think everybody needs to understand that. Like, you can't go into these things, whether it be what I'm doing here with podcasting, whether it be your streaming journey and stuff like that. Why do you want to go in there and want to be like these people who are, probably worked way more years before to get to where they are, and you can't just start and be going at it for 4 months and think, damn, when am I going to be seeing this money results? And it just doesn't work like that.
If you go into streaming and you're like, I just want to make money off of it, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, the money is like, a very important part of what I do, as, it's literally my job, but that's not the most important thing. That's not why I stream every day. I stream every day because people enjoy my content. I enjoy hanging out with my community. I enjoy making their days better. I just dropped a whole bag of jelly beans on the floor.
That sense of community is so important.
Exactly. Like, if you do it for the money, you're not going to enjoy your time.
Yeah. Especially starting, how important was that sense of community, knowing that you had people supporting you?
Oh my god. That is a game changer. It's so important to have the community I have is so important to me. I talk about them every chance I get. They changed my life. They are the reason I get to do what I do. They're my family, Mm-hmm. They're important to me. If they've got an issue, they DM me. It's not like I'm an unreachable person that if you message me, I don't respond. I literally respond, or at least look at every single one of the DMs I get.
If you
just send me the word, hey, it's not happening. Stop that. Don't send me an email with the word hey.
Yeah.
That irritates me.
People should really understand that the email should only be for personal, business?
My business?
Yeah, I'm lucky that you and I have had an established relationship before, having this friendship.
Yeah, you can message me whenever you want.
Yeah, that I can message you, but if I didn't know you and I wanted you to get on my show, I would have tweeted you and asked for an email, not gone into the DMs.
That people are just like, I'll just DM them. I hate when people just send me, ow, I just touched my tattoo. People like send me a DM and they're like, hey, here's my business proposition. And I'm like, that's great. Please send me an email.
Please send me an email. Yeah. I love that. And, I have my DMs open because, if people need to talk, if they need to vent something, I'm always there to lend a ear. But I also do have on the Nerdcore email, on the Nerdcore Twitter, I have business inquiries or contact information. Email the Nerdcore pods at gmail.com. When we got our big first guest, they emailed us, and I was like, thank you so much. Because I don't like it when people, excuse me, I don't like when people DM you and you'd never had a prior conversation with them, because first of all it's gonna get sent to the request. So if I don't see that you emailed me and I don't check my DMs, I'm obviously never gonna get to your message. Yeah. And so guys, if you're listening to this and you want to get Nikki on your show, email her. If you've
Please email me.
Please email her.
Please email me.
Yeah. Unless, you're a friend of hers and you've had prior conversations with her, so you can just DM her, but like I do. But, if you're a first time, if you're a podcaster who's never had her on a show, you never talked to her, go ahead and email her.
Send emails.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're trying to do that to anybody, send an email.
Send an email. Yeah. Send an email or give a better method of communications after the email is sent, If you're gonna...
Yeah, if you check Twitter more often, let me know what that is.
Yeah.
If you check Discord more often, let me know.
Yeah. I feel like we're over here throwing some shade.
Throwing shade. Please, email me. That's like my pet peeve.
Yeah.
Of, being a streamer that I am now, is people don't email me and I'm like, I will smack you.
Yeah. The importance of emailing content creators is very, very prominent, guys. When I can't stress this enough, especially the podcasters out there, producers. You have to check up on your guests days before you have them on your show. And if you're not going to check your email, give a different method of communication. Because if you don't let them know in time before you do it, things will get messy. Mm-hmm.
My life is messy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to go back to the whole sense of community thing. That was awesome. I'm part of your community. I've always been a proud member of your community. I love that. I've met so many wonderful people there. I have friends. Our executive producer Grayson, my
homie.
I love that man. Ayden, one of my closest friends. Ray, I love that dude. Haley, one of the people that I met, that I've seen through your community, that I watch regularly. So many people from your community that are just absolutely treasures of my life. Even some new ones that I'm getting to know, like Pokey.
My man Pokey.
And all these different people in your community, because it's so important to have people that support you, and I can never truly understand how that feels, because our listeners don't tweet us or stuff, and I know soon we will get some tweets. Soon we'll probably get some hate tweets too. But you know what?
Tweet.
Direct your hate mail to Strawhat _ Alex on Twitter. He is the one that you need to listen to for hate mail, but not me.
He'll listen. We'll take all your complaints.
Yeah. Just send them all. He's the HR guy, by the way, guys. Just go ahead and just send your complaints to him. If you don't like the way my voice sounds, just tweet him.
Tweet him. I don't know.
Yeah. So, it's an amazing thing you have that community, Nikki.
I love them.
I love them
their
too.
faces.
Yeah. And you're always so... Something that's always struck me about you that I absolutely adore is just how nice you are. And how much you put so much positivity out there, and you get it back in tenfold.
I love my community more than anything. They are wonderful human beings.
Yeah. When I would come to you and I talk to you about, my first couple of weeks with my medication, they were really bad. And the way I was telling you that, like, I'm feeling this way, you were like, you know what, you really got to just push through because it's how you're going to be on your first weeks. And, any other person really could have just ignored my typing in the chat, or you could have ignored messages. But instead, you stuck out.
Never.
and you said, you know what, Raúl, I understand, and I have always adored that about you, that you're so optimistic and you're just there for people. And I love that about you.
Trust me, I know how it is to be on medication. My first few weeks on medication for mine, I was dying. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Everything sucks.
Yeah. It's
So trust me, I've been there. I know it.
Yeah, and I just love that about you. You're so transparent. You say it how it is. If people don't like it, then so what?
So be it.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of that because of your personal upbringing, like with your childhood, or was you definitely grew that when you were more
Definitely more happened once I jumped on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I had to, I had older cousins that were guys, the ones that I would, like, hang out with and play video games with. And I had to just, like, learn to live with the way they acted. So I guess partially there, but the majority of it happened when I was on the internet.
Yeah. That internet could be the best thing or the worst thing.
True that. That.
One of the best things about it was that community of women coming up. And now a lot of them are streamers. I'm always going to go point towards the example of Valkyrie. Just completely a success story that I adore. Yeah, and I wanted to ask, you have your community of people that support you, but you had another community in this Instagram with the women in there too, who were basically bringing each other up. And how important was that?
It was insane. Just to, like, have people that supported you. I still have my gal friends that support the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so nice to have girls that are building each other up instead of the girls that come by and are like, you're using your body. That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm comfortable with my body. I really apologize that you don't feel the same confidence. If you want, some self-confidence, let me give it to you. You're a beautiful person.
Yeah.
Please just don't. Your attitude needs to change about other women.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful human being. Okay? Every woman is a wonderful human being. I used to be in that category where I was like, ew, women who have any kind of... their titties are out. They're just in it for attention. They're not. I was young. That's the most important thing, is that I feel like I have learned and I have grown.
Oh, I
may have been a spiteful person when I started. I was like, how dare they? That's just wrong. And now I'm like, body confidence is amazing. I feel terrible I didn't have it when I was younger. That was on me. That was not on them.
Yeah. I think if you are able to put yourself out there, especially the thousands of people that are watching you, and you can feel good about the person you are, then that's an amazing thing.
That's it.
That's amazing. That's more than... I wish I could have done this earlier. I didn't feel confident in my voice. I didn't feel confident in my ability to speak. But, it doesn't matter if they're showing everything off or not. If they're positive about their body, then that's amazing. That's something I wish I would have had.
More power to you.
More power to you. You have to really be confident in your content.
Exactly. I think that's what I was self-conscious about. When I was younger, I wasn't confident in my content and who I was. And now, here I am, 2019. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
This is my content. It is beautiful. You are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing I've also seen, you don't lash back at people. We throw shade. Yeah, of course we do.
We throw shade.
Yeah, we love to talk shit. But you're never like... you never purposely go out there to just speak ill on someone.
I can't. I don't hate anybody except for one specific person, but we won't talk about him.
No, of course not. I don't even have him on the topics to bring up because fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
But I can't speak ill of anybody. It's just not in my heart anymore.
No.
I can't.
And because of this change, these parts of you that have changed, and these factors have really made you into the Nikki I see now. It's the reason why you've also gotten a lot bigger. It's first of all, if you're confident in your content, you're gonna grow. If you're also spreading positivity, you're gonna grow. Because I guarantee you guys, nobody wants to watch a streamer who's just constantly being negative and telling shit to others. It's just not. I'm not gonna be there for that. I need somebody who can be transparent and be positive about something. Because positivity is better than just being on here on the internet and just completely negative about stuff. And I know some of y'all are going to say, Raúl, you shit on a bunch of movies. Like, there's something different between shitting on things you don't like and just shitting on people for being rude. Yeah, so...
You shit on movies.
Shit, man. Oh, you didn't like Venom. And if you... That means you're being a terrible person. No. I give my opinion and I shit on movies that I don't like, but I never, bring down a person for liking the movie, That's not me. But in Nikki, and I can tell 100% that's why you've got into where you're at, and it's also been years of hard work, it's been years of hard work.
I'm dying, excuse me. It has
don't
been
die.
A lot of years. I just choked on water. Don't mind me.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by water. You can either choke on it or you can live with it.
Okay, sorry, I coughed really loud and I was like, I don't want him to hear that. Sponsored by water and pretzels.
Yeah, I currently have a bottle of Coke Zero next to me and a water that I'm going to open in a little bit because talking makes your mouth real dry.
Take this from somebody that talks for 7 hours a day.
Yeah. Streaming for 7 hours a day. Holy shit.
I go through a lot of water.
Yeah, I bet you do. You have to have like a case of it.
Yeah, poor Dane.
Yeah, poor Dane. Oh, poor Dane.
You have to buy so much.
Yeah. I want to talk about Dane. You let me talk about him?
Go for him.
Yeah. It's also, I don't understand this part because, of course, I am currently single. I do not have anybody, but I've also taken the time where I can, give myself the support I need. And I think that's also important.
Go ahead.
And that's perfectly okay, and that's very important as well. You have someone in your life who's very supportive, and I see it, even though I don't talk to him, I see it every single day, whether it be in the Discord chat, or whether it be on stream, or, the way you even speak about him. He's so supportive of you.
He is. I love him. I love him very much.
Yeah.
He always has been. I mean, he didn't understand the whole Twitch thing at first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ratting him out. He didn't understand it, or I guess get it, or like it. He's like, you're on the internet in front of a bunch of other people. Like, there's dudes watching you. And I was like, yeah, that happens. There are dudes.
Yes,
they do watch.
Dudes exist, Dane. Mm-hmm. They watch streams.
I think he's come... I guess he understands it a little more now, and he supports me, every day because he loves me, and I love him. Yeah, I'm talking about you! First of all, I'm gonna come over there, I'm gonna beat you up!
Yeah, and I think that's so important, he's your partner, he might not understand what you're doing, but that doesn't mean he doesn't support you. And I also think that, how long have you guys been together now?
3 years.
Okay, yeah. After 3 years, she saw the community she has with them. They're not a bunch of creepy dudes who are watching her. These are good people.
Yeah, he loves Pokey.
Yeah, well, of course, everybody loves Pokey. Everybody
loves Pokey.
I love that guy and his majestic hair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and he's got beautiful hair.
Yeah. So and it's important to have someone like Dane there on the sidelines. Just kind of cheering you on and just being a great person.
He is a pretty great person.
Yeah, I hope he's hearing us.
He heard me say, he goes, are you talking about me? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah. He's just a great guy. And I'm glad that you finally were able to find someone, a very, very good person. Because you deserve it.
He just texted me that the alcohol helps him deal with me.
Oh my God, Dane. Okay.
That's what I live with, boys and girls.
Yeah, that's what you live with. Yeah. I want to talk about another thing. It's, it came up in your streaming journey. I have it down here. I remember that, there was a big milestone was when you joined Denial.
That was 4 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. You've repeated the story countless times. You literally just applied for it and they gave it to you, right?
For partnership, yeah.
Yeah, you applied.
When I applied to go into Denial, I wrote out a resume and stuff. I wanted in on this team.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Yeah. Can you really tell me the importance of being on a team? Is it really that important now, or do you think it's looking back at it now, I could have really skipped out on it and would have been literally in the same place that I still am in?
I think it was very important for me to be on Denial.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have my partnership without being on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then, the requirements for a partner were ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It was 500 concurrent viewers.
That's crazy.
So, when I joined Denial, they partnered with Twitch, and then they gave all of us
partnerships.
A partnership. Mm-hmm. For being on their team.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, sure, I guess I'll take that. I think it helped me a lot. It'll help me grow being a part of such a large team. Especially when they won Call of Duty World Championships that year.
Yeah.
That I was on them. It gave them a lot of eyes were on them, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And in turn, a lot of eyes were on the team, the stream team.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty important. I wouldn't say everybody needs to go join a team right now. I'm not on a team anymore. A lot of people just want to be on teams to be on teams and quote unquote network.
Yeah.
Networking isn't when you message someone on your team, you're like, hey, we're both on the same team, please host me. That's not networking.
No,
that's not how you network.
Guys,
I wouldn't recommend to every single person, hey, go join a team.
Yeah.
Build yourself up a little bit first before you, want to search for a team. Maybe even create your own team if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Sinfully Riddling. She created her own team after she left Denial. She created the Sin Squad.
Team Sin Squad, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even create your own. You don't need to be on a team to be successful. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody under the stars.
Yeah. Yeah, Megan is another person that I would die to have on this show. But once again, I can only imagine how many DMs she probably gets or how many emails. So I'm like, let me go ahead and let this flourish a little bit more, so that way I can actually hit her up because I know I'm probably gonna get lost in the shuffling of 1,000 dick pics and 300 business emails.
Poor Meg. She just got a new job. She just moved down to Texas.
She's amazing. That girl's amazing.
I know, she's kicking butt.
So much, such a hustler. Both of you are such hustlers, and that girl is just, she completely goes at it, and I respect the fuck out of that.
Oh yeah, she's a wonderful human being. I fucking love her.
Yeah, and I love this whole, you're saying you don't have to be on a team, especially now, because Twitch back then was not in the space that it's in right now.
True that.
Yeah. So right now, I feel like the focus is completely shifted from where you really needed to be on a team to really go the extra mile, where now it's really about the independent content creator. Excuse me.
You're good. It's not like what I can create for a team. It's what can I do for myself. Mm-hmm. And that's super important.
Yeah. I'm trying to get something done. I'm trying to get a stream team started on here, but I need to first of all, I need to set up the Twitch stuff correctly, and we are going there. But the way I want to do the stream team, it's not going to be just like, hey, we have a bunch of people who play, go and play with them and host them. Nah.
That doesn't work.
I want to make a requirement. You have to show up on one of these podcasts. You have to, you got to play together. You have to make sure that you are not just basically. First of all, you got to be streaming at least 4 days out of the week. That's going to be a requirement. there's going to be there's a lot of factors in it, but also you can't just, you have to really network. Network isn't just like what you said. It's not like host me. No. That's
not how it works.
It's doing exactly what Nikki's doing right here, where she's appeared on 5 episodes now on this feed. It's networking. It's getting on these shows, getting on other shows, to getting giveaways like the one you just did, where I wish I would have won that giveaway. But
he
it's
hasn't
okay.
responded yet.
Oh, okay.
He's got 12 hours since when I announced it at 11 o'clock this morning, so if he doesn't respond by tonight, I'll be announcing a new winner tomorrow. Alright,
so here's hoping I win something, because I never win anything.
I feel that on a deep level.
Yeah. And, networking, that term networking gets lost in the shuffle. It's not literally just host me. There's more to that,
There's way more.
It's playing with you. It's dual streams, or like what you and Ray do when you play together and Ray streaming.
The love of my life.
She streams, you stream. That's networking. It's not like, hey, you want to host me? Because anybody can host you.
Anybody, yeah, exactly.
Literally anybody can host you. If you want someone to host you, then hit me up. I'll host anybody.
Anybody can host you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a follower out of it.
Yeah. It's
I keep accidentally touching my tattoo. Don't mind me.
It's okay.
Help me.
Help me. Yeah, I've heard things about the couple of days after you get a tattoo. It's not
very sensitive. Help me.
Yeah, it's a Panic at the Disco tattoo, right?
It is a Panic at the Disco tattoo.
How many? I know you have the Haku one. How many tattoos do you actually have?
2. So I have the Haku one and I have this Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
This is my second one. Well, I mean, technically it's the 3rd time I've been tattooed. I added on to my Panic at the Disco tattoo, but
yeah.
I love getting tattooed.
Yeah, it's a nice form of expression.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you have them because they're really cool. I love that Haku one.
Me too. He's my boy.
Yeah.
My boy Haku.
Haku. Yeah.
And all that he represents.
Yeah.
Dave made the joke. He's like, you love that movie, but you can't watch that movie anymore. We get 30 minutes in and you start crying. And I'm like, yeah, you right.
What is your interpretation of Spirited Away? I have a very different one. I don't know if yours is the same as mine.
Well, what do you mean, how do I interpret it?
Like, what do you, like, what's the interpretation of it? The film has a very underlying message to it.
Are you talking about the one that it's like, the bathhouse is actually a whorehouse?
No. Do you want to hear my interpretation?
Yeah, I want to hear your interpretation.
My interpretation, it's very much a metaphorical way of how human life and nature coexist together and how it's much needed for humanity to be progressed. Haku represents the ocean, and
my boy.
And the little girl finds out that her brother died in that ocean, and Haku represents that life that she lost because he is the river.
Brother, she lost a shoe.
I'm sorry. I'm making it darker than anything.
I was like, hold on, wait a minute. She didn't have a sibling that died.
Yeah. Lost a shoe. So it's just 100% to me. The film is about the way that humans and natures are supposed to coexist, and how that's the most natural form of humanity to be. Humanity is for them to coexist within nature.
I like the way you take it. I took it more as growing up.
Yeah.
Learning that material things aren't the most important thing. Because at the beginning, you listen to Chihiro, whine and cry about leaving her original house and, her friends, and, like, she won't ever make friends again, and she was super grumpy, and then she started crying because, her roses were wilting because they were in the car and she was crushing them. And, by the end, she just cared about getting her parents back.
Yeah.
She went through this of, I'm on my own, I gotta step up, getting hard work.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you kind of cut off there at the end. You want to repeat yourself?
I know, I heard myself. I was like, wait a minute, where'd I go? Discord, please come back. No, I heard, at the end of the movie, she's more, focused on her parents and getting them back, as opposed to, the roses and the card. She didn't care about that anymore. She just wanted to make sure that her family was safe, and then on top of that, she, wanted to make sure Haku was safe, she started caring more about other people than she did about herself.
Yeah.
I like that, self-growth portion of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it, and I love that. I don't want. That's my movie. That's my movie. Okay.
Yeah, I love that movie, and every time I watch it, I pull something out of it, and I've always stuck to my interpretation. I also see that self-growth one, but for me, it's always about the way nature and humans coexist together.
I like the way you do that. There's no one right way to.
No, of course not, because everybody interprets things differently.
But I like your interpretation of it.
Thank you. Miyazaki's themes are always around, nature, family, especially since most of them are based in a post-war society, which, after post-World War II Japan, a lot of the way that people were thinking changed in there. So, I think that's a very, very awesome thing that he points across with his films, especially Howl's Moving Castle, because it is basically, Howl's Moving Castle is basically based on the Iraq War. So it's you guys should really watch these movies more often, listeners, and kind of try to point out the things that Miyazaki is doing with his work in there, because a lot of them are definitely post-war themes.
Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, Mononoke is a post-war too.
Huge post-war theme. Yeah. I'd say Spirited Away is probably the oddball out of that one.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's not as much about post-war. I mean, it's got the abandoned theme park, but the abandoned theme park doesn't stand for post-war. It's more of a different.
Yeah, but Howl's Moving Castle, Mononoke.
Oh, Howl's Moving Castle is such a beautiful movie.
Totoro is definitely more post-war. That was definitely after the war. But yeah, that's definitely your favorite movie. We've also reviewed Moulin Rouge. Really fun time.
Go watch that episode.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't a part of it. They did it before me. It hurt, but whatever. I'm not mad. I'm not even mad.
I'm so sorry. I would have had you on there if I would have had the balls to message you or known that you love that movie as much as we do. But
they didn't invite me. It's fine. They didn't love me.
Yeah, but I love you, okay? I just would have, I definitely would have gone through things a little differently to get you on the show. But you know what? I
would have been there in a heartbeat. I would have been like, you ready to cry about Spirited Away with me, boys?
Yeah, I have
that movie. Listen to One Summer's Day on repeat for the next 30 years. Those of you that don't know, that's the main music that you hear in the background. It's called One Summer's Day. It's a beautiful piano.
Yeah. Is there any other movies other than Spirited Away and Moulin Rouge that are your favorites?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, of course.
On the 22nd of this month. Woohoo!
Yeah, I love those movies. I also love how the main guy looks like Jake Gyllenhaal animated.
My boy, Hiccup!
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see the final movie that's coming out at the end of this month.
Yeah, Toothless finally gonna get laid.
Hey, get that girl. I actually went to Build-A-Bear today, and I got the Light Fury Build-A-Bear.
I saw.
Build-A-Bear.
I can't wait. I want to see that movie so bad.
I love that movie.
Yeah. I guess I do have.
The first movie I saw with my dad.
Yeah, I do have one last final question that I want to ask, and then we'll go into the last little topic I have in here. But it's the most cliche thing to ask. But if you would have, you already kind of alluded to what you would have done a little bit differently. But if you were able to go back, Nikki to when she was on Instagram, what would you have done differently? Would you have started streaming earlier than you did?
Maybe. I feel like I started streaming at a fairly good time. It was right around when people started realizing that they could stream from their Xbox directly to Twitch. And it was right when people were like, oh my god, I can watch people off my Xbox on Twitch. Mm-hmm. I think I would just tell myself not to stop streaming. Mm-hmm. Because that's pretty detrimental. I'm still getting over it. As far as, I kind of didn't have growth for a long time, and that stagnates your channel. It kind of makes you feel like you have to start all over again if you don't upload or, go live. So I think I would yell at myself every time I was like, I can't stream today, I'm too tired. I'd be like, get your booty over there on that chair. I know it's uncomfortable because it's not. When I first started streaming, I was on an old wicker chair.
The old grandma chair.
That?
Yes,
I remember that.
I remember the grandma chair. Oh my god, that thing looked more uncomfortable than the chair I was originally using when I was podcasting.
I don't want to talk about that bad boy. That bad boy hurt. But anyways, I would have told my stupid ass to get back on that chair and stream, no matter how uncomfortable that stupid chair was. Because stopping hurts your channel so much. Don't stop. Keep going. Believe in yourself. Believe it. I'm Naruto.
Yeah. And that's not to say that if you're feeling, down in the dumps for you to force yourself to stream. That's not.
It's completely different. Yeah.
It's completely different. But when you're like, I'm too lazy to stream. Nah, like, fuck that. Stop being lazy. Get your ass on your chair and stream. Yeah. So, I'm glad that you really wouldn't do anything differently. Because honestly, the way you're here because of how things have gone before. Yeah. It's all kind of led to this.
I'm here because of younger me. Kick-ass younger me.
Yeah. And I hope you continue to be kick-ass. Because I know you're not going to stop. Because you're fucking awesome.
Can't stop me.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead and get some recommendations to those streamers out there. Especially women in the community who may be listening to this and they're kind of wanting to get into it. Do you have any, at least 5 points that you could give them, pointers or tips? Because I know tips will only go so far. You have to really start.
Yeah. Alright. 1. Don't listen to trolls or people that come in and are like, 1, you're never gonna make it, or 2, you're just a girl, so you get everything easier. You don't. It's not easier being a female. You go and Google. Go Google. The top streamers.
Yeah.
They are all male. Alright? Like the top 10 streamers, male. All right, don't trick yourself into thinking that it's easier because you're a female. It's not. It's harder.
I don't want to cut you off, but I did see something on Twitter that made me unfollow this person. I'm not going to speak on who this person is, but basically saying that women don't get shit on that much in the community. People who get shit on is because they suck at the game. I'm like, open your eyes, please. Just because
I breathe too loud and people
shit
on me.
Of course, I'm not gonna say who it is that I saw tweet that because I'm not that kind of person that looks out for confrontation. I'm just saying that I saw that and I was like, that's stupid. Especially coming from someone in the same community, you should be able to see when things are not, they are not in the same light as like a man streaming. You
Another
get
thing,
treated differently.
Oh, sorry, go for it. I was like, I was saying my point 2 is use every social media you have. Don't just start up on Twitch and think, yeah, people will come find me, right? Wrong. Use Twitter. Use Instagram. If you feel comfortable, use Facebook. I personally don't use my Facebook. But whatever you feel like you want to do, you can do. I just don't use my Facebook. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Yell at me. I need to get back. I need to get into YouTube. Trust me. Use as many things as you possibly can. That goes for everybody, not just females. Everybody. Don't just, think that you can become big if you just stream on Twitch. It doesn't work like that anymore, unfortunately.
No.
It may have back in the day, but not anymore. Make sure you post on everything. Number 3. Don't let networking cloud your judgment. So if you're like, man, I really want to network with this person, they could help me grow so much, and they don't treat you right. I had somebody in denial. I won't say their name. I won't say anything else about them. But they sexually harassed me. And I was like, well, they're in denial and they're higher up, so I can't, say anything. Say something. Don't work with people that you don't feel comfortable with. Just for the sake of trying to grow. Yeah. Your integrity is more important than potential money or viewers or subscribers.
100%.
It is not worth it. Do not put yourself in that kind of position. Man, I'm running out of tips. Number 4. Number 17. Burger King foot lettuce. If you don't know that meme, I feel bad. That meme is great.
That's an old meme, actually.
Yeah. You don't want someone's foot in your Burger King foot lettuce, but that's exactly what happened here. No, number 4 is you gotta have a sense of humor. Really. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. If you fuck up, which you will fuck up a lot. You need to have a sense of humor. Like, laugh it off, man. You don't have to always be the serious streamer everybody wants you to be. Giggle once in a while. Man, have fun. Have fun with your stream. Don't go in it just for the money. You know? That's probably also goes into number 5. Don't go into it for the money. Don't. You're not gonna be... You're gonna be mad at yourself. You'll play yourself.
You played yourself. Yeah.
If you think you're gonna start streaming and you're gonna make, $1,000 every week, you wrong. It's not gonna happen.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen.
Yep. I love your points. So, I want to thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get one last thing in here. But what does the future hold for SilentUschi?
Future holds for SilentUschi more streams, more memes,
more
Ushi dabs.
Yeah.
And more cosplays.
Oh, I love that. I'm not pledged to the Patreon right now because money situation. That's why I can only give you my subscription. But once this stuff comes in better, I'm gonna go ahead and
once Ro starts rolling in the dough.
Yeah, once I start getting that podcast money, right? Because
I'm rolling in it.
Yeah, I'm rolling in it, right, guys? Because I get so much money. Yeah, literally all the tips that you just heard from Nikki, I can say it 100% for people who want to get into podcasting. Yeah, upload every single day. What's it called? Be authentic. And also, do not do this for the money because you're not going to get money.
You're not going to make a lot of money.
No.
You're going to be disappointed in yourself.
Oh, yeah. And I'm glad that I'm not doing it for the money because then I would be very disappointed right now because I'm literally not making shit.
You're like, oh, look, $2.
Yeah. Well, we do have some money, but it's to put towards getting the stuff for the Twitch streams. Like the overlays and stuff like that. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going towards that. But I'm not making pocket change over here, guys, so I can go and eat and drive a Tesla and shit. No, that's not how it works.
We ain't got that type of money.
Yeah. But, more streams. Hopefully a show in the future for you to host yourself with other people.
Hell yeah. I'm always definitely 2019 Ushi is gonna hold a lot more podcast time with my boy.
Oh, of course. I love it. I would love it. Yeah. I have something that's kind of brewing, and I don't know if you would like to be involved in it, but I will talk to you about that off air as I work the kinks out a little bit. But
I'm always down to help.
Yeah, that's why I love you. So I want to thank you all so much for listening to the Impaired Files episode 1. I'm glad that I finally have a show where I can really dive into the lives of people, because sometimes when we're doing this on GamerCore, I can't really go too far into it because we need to talk about the news, the topics at hand, and talk about games and stuff. And I wanted to have my own show where I can go for at least an hour and talk to someone like Nikki and learn more about their lives. Next week, this is starting off as monthly, but as I've shown you before with the live show, give me the viewership and show me that you actually do care about the show, and it's going to change. Right now, we have the next episode coming in the first week of March. I'm sorry, but first, show me what these first 3 episodes are going to be like viewership-wise, and we can talk about becoming bi-weekly and then possibly weekly. We did the same thing with the live show. We got really good viewership the first time around, and we made it bi-weekly. And you guys have been showing me as of late that you're really liking these live shows, especially on the audio side. So the possibility of it becoming weekly is very, it's down the line. So thank you for listening. Like I said, you can go to patreon.com/thenerdcore. Get this episode a couple of days early. I'm talking like 4 days.
Tomorrow.
4 days. Well, right now it's going to go up for the patrons as I'm going to put it together. And then this will release on Wednesday with the discussion episode. So, you're going to have it for at least 3 days. So,
hi, patrons.
I love you guys.
Mommy loves you.
Mommy loves you. Yeah, mommy loves you. Yeah. So I want to thank you all so much for listening. I want to thank my guests for being on here. Tell them about where they can find you streaming and also the Patreon.
Twitch.tv/SilentUschi is where you can find me. Patreon.com/SilentUschi is where you can also find my cosplays.
Yeah.
I'm literally SilentUschi on everything.
Yeah.
Except for YouTube, add an extra eye.
Who took the one eye?
I don't know. It might have been me, but I don't know the password. So
Oh, I love that. I love that.
it probably was me, but I legitimately don't remember what even email I would have put it under. So we're
Yeah. So I want to thank you all so much. I love you all. This has been your Nerdy Chicano. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Nerdy Chicano. That's it. Don't add me on Facebook, because if I don't know you and I haven't had a prior
don't add us on Facebook.
Yeah, if I've never had a prior conversation with you, I'm not gonna accept you. And I've been getting some people as of late. I'm not accepting you. So
It's not happening.
Yeah, I love you all so much. You guys make this an amazing thing. Shout out to the Patreon supporters. Shout out to our executive producer, Grayson Barker. Follow him on Twitter at Warlord Hitman 98, Instagram Grayson Barker 98. He gets those shout outs because he's a $15 patron supporter. So I love that man so much for what he's doing. He gets pins and stickers as they're made as well, and a postcard from us here at the team. So because of all those, because of Grayson and because of the wonderful Patreon supporters, this show was able to happen. You know, money
Grayson's a homie.
Yeah, money and time go into these shows, and a lot of those happen because of people like Grayson who were supporting us. So I want to thank you all so much. I will see you next month on the Impaired Files episode 2 when I talk to filmmaker Daniela Nunez. As always, this has been Nerdy Chicano. We'll see you guys later. That's the file. It's been closed, it's shut, and it's not classified. I love you guys.